Hey guys, Andrew Marsh here with DrewFit.com. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my week 1 benefits that I have achieved from practicing NoFap this November. Now, if you have relapsed, like I know a few of you have in the comment section, or if you're just starting, I want to encourage you guys and want you to understand that, personal development really has no timeline. NoFap November is a fun thing, but it's something you can carry on for the rest of your life if you want to, if you really want to make that personal growth and development. So do not get discouraged if you did relapse. If you're just joining me, welcome. I hope that you guys are succeeding in this NoFap November as well. And if you have been following me and took part in this challenge, I want to congratulate you for making it through week 1. So before I get into what I personally experienced, I want to ask if you guys can please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, comment, or leave me feedback for future videos you would like to see. It would be greatly appreciated. Or, give me your update that you've experienced, benefits that you've experienced this past week on NoFap November. I would love to hear from you guys as well and see if we have some of the correlating things in common. So let me jump right into this. First by saying these 5 things I'm going to be talking about aren't something that just magically appeared in my life from practicing NoFap. I think there's a big misconception that if you practice NoFap that you're just going to turn into a superhuman. Now, with that being said, I will say these 5 things were enhanced to a percentage point, maybe 5, 10, 15% better, which is fantastic. And that just means that there's even more room to grow for the remainder of weeks coming up. So, with that being said, number 1, what I noticed was an increase in strength and energy. I work out doing weightlifting about 3 or 4 times a week, and I kind of hit a plateau about 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't upping my weights, so I switched up my regimen, and it just so happened to be when I was practicing NoFap November as well. And what I noticed was really about a 5 or 10% increase on some of my lifts. It was deadlift, bench press, overhead shoulder press, and my squats. I was able to increase the weights, which was fantastic, and I know a lot of people have had this benefit as well. And another thing I noticed was in between sets, I usually like to take 3 minutes rest period, but I noticed around the 1 minute mark during my rest periods, I was ready to go into the next set, but I didn't because I like to, get that full recovery time. But it was awesome to see that I was just ready to go and tackle my workout that those past 3 or 4 days that I was working out. So that was benefit number 1. Benefit number 2 was another one that was pretty awesome, was that I required less sleep this past week, and I was getting better overall quality sleep. I was dreaming more, and I was just in a very, very deep sleep. And I noticed that I needed less sleep because I would wake up before my alarm would actually go off around like 4:25. And instead of just laying in bed like I usually do for about 5 or 10 minutes before I get up and start my morning routine, I was up and ready to go, starting my routine and, starting practicing some of the things that I had talked about with this challenge. I was reading, I was practicing meditation, and I was also working on some of my passion projects that I want to take care of. So that was awesome. I was only required about 6.5 hours of sleep to really feel charged for the day's activities, and I noticed I wasn't getting tired like I usually do around like 2 or 3 p.m. No grogginess. I was just full of energy, so that was fantastic. Number 3, I noticed an enhancement in my mood. Now, I'm not an angry person or don't have any mood type disorder, but I did notice that I was a lot more tolerable to things like crappy traffic, to ignorant people at work or at the gym or whatever it was. I just had an enhanced mood, and I really didn't let any of that stuff bother me. And I think we can all benefit from an enhancement in our mood, specifically through times like, crappy traffic or people that you don't really tolerate that well. So that's number 3 was a great benefit, an enhancement in my mood. Number 4, an increase in motivation and focus. Now, like I talked about in this challenge, to really work on something that you're passionate about, and what really coincided with me needing less sleep was that I was actually getting up, hopping on my computer, and working on one of my goals that I want to achieve, which is a podcast, and I'm very excited to share that with you guys when that's ready to roll out. I'd say probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks, but I was working on that and getting that all set up, and that was probably the best benefit that I noticed, was an increase in my motivation and focus. I was able to just, zone in to these great thoughts and ideas that I had, and I think so many people notice this benefit in specific when they are practicing NoFap. I know athletes or musicians that practice semen retention or NoFap really get to focus and key in on their work and goals that they want to achieve. So that's probably the best thing that I noticed this first week. And number 5, I noticed that I was more social. I was working out without my headphones, and I was actually talking to people at the gym in between sets, helped a few people spot and lift weights, more social at work, and I felt more like a social butterfly when I was out and about. So that's basically it, guys. I'm very excited for what the next few weeks have to come, and I would love to hear from you guys as well on what you benefited on this first week of NoFap November. And I kind of want to do another challenge just for this week in particular, and it's kind of silly, but this one's going to benefit our social life. And I know that NoFap gets high correlation with vanishing of social anxiety. So I think it'd be awesome that with practicing NoFap, if we get out of our comfort zone and ask somebody that you find desirable, 3 people that you find desirable would be pretty awesome. But if you can find one person that you desire and maybe want to take out on a date, ask them for their number and try to spawn a conversation with them. And no matter how comfortable it may seem, if you get rejected, just know that if you weren't going to ask them in the first place, that answer was already going to be a no. But I have a good feeling about this. If you're practicing NoFap, you kind of get that energy to you, and you just have that Zen-like feel. So I'm very confident with you guys. If you're going to do this practice, I'd love to hear how it turns out for you guys. So I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to check out my Instagram account as well, DrewFit. That's DRUE_FIT. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.